Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Multiverse of Movies YouTube channel. Today is a special day because it's the first time we do these late night live streams. Let me put Captain America right here, but today we have a couple of topics, and it's the first time we got everything in order. You can see right here everything's in order. Last time we had some technical issues, but we're back better than ever, and today we're talking Book of Boba Fett. I even got my Boba Fett Funko Pop right here, just vibing right here. There are some things I gotta get into, but you're probably wondering, how do we do these things? Basically, we're gonna go into some topics about what's happening in the multiverse of movies. We're gonna discuss them, and then go full on into really, the topics, delve into them. And this is gonna be kind of like a new format we do here on the channel, where we kind of just bring all these topics live and discuss them full on, kind of like this. And today's main topic is, of course, the book of Boba Fett. Now, it's not the only topic. We have a couple. It's the first time we do this. Some of you guys are probably watching on YouTube Live. Maybe some of you are watching the replay. But I do have a special announcement that some of you guys may already know. But we have a Spotify version of it. Some of you guys are actually probably listening to it right now. And we're going to be putting all these streams on Spotify, so it helps support the channel just by going there and giving it like a 5-star review. I don't know where you do it, but you do it somewhere. I don't know, you follow it, you don't have to keep up with it, but there is that format because, now it's a podcast, and it's a fun way to kind of make it more diverse, have more outlets, have more places, because some of y'all probably can't watch it live. But yeah, that's a special announcement we have. We already have a comment from Transformer and DC fan 5678. I get what you mean with some stuff, but it's actually not bad. At least it's not like the trash sequel trilogy. I'll admit, I think that the sequel trilogy is better than what Book of Boba Fett. I mean, only Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker, not so much, because you guys know I don't like Rise of Skywalker. I hate that movie. Last Jedi, I have kind of a mixed bag with it. There's like some things I like, some things I don't like, but The Force Awakens I'll say is better. But we are going to talk Book of Boba Fett. We are going to go into spoilers. Some of you guys, might not want to get spoiled. But everything looks good. I think everything's good. But I do want to put this message out for you guys before we start off. Before we start off today's video, I do want to ask for my returning subscribers and brand new people coming on here on the show to please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bells. That way you can be notified future content here on the channel. My name is Isaac, and I'm the host of your Multiverse of Movies, a channel for all movie fans. And if you're listening to the Spotify podcast edition, please leave us a 5-star review. It'll really help support the channel in any way that you can. Now, let's get back to the rest of the show. Alright, sorry if I just repeated everything that we said earlier, but we are going to be doing a giveaway for my members. Now, before I tell you what the giveaway is, I do want to let you guys know who are the members. We have which is what we're calling associate producers: Pedro Bonilla, BK Dan, Rhea, Jedi Sith Master, and Cobra Kai Never Dies. Thank you guys for supporting the channel financially, as all the financial, everything financial is being supported by you guys and the channel. So thank you to the members. And if you want to join the membership program, it is only 99 cents a month and help support the channel. It's a join button down there below. So anyone can really join. But this is the first time we do something like this, and it's fun, it's interesting. But we are going to be doing this giveaway for this Robert Pattinson, the Batman Funko Pop. Now, you guys listening on Spotify, you guys can't see clearly, but we are going to be doing this giveaway. This Funko Pop can be yours. I mean, we already got 5 people: Pedro, BK Dan, Rhea, Jedi Sith Master, Cobra Kai Never Dies. They are now on the list on who can win this potential Batman Funko Pop. So, hey, it's pretty easy. You get a shout out at every one of my streams. But yeah, we're going to have the Funko Pop kind of like right there, just vibing, just chilling. We even have a Book of Boba Fett one right here. I have my Boba Fett shirt. This isn't a Book of Boba Fett shirt. I mean, it's a Boba Fett shirt, but it's not a Book of Boba Fett shirt. But we have 5 votes for, are you enjoying Book of Boba Fett so far? 100% of you guys are saying yes. I'm actually surprised because I would expect some of you guys not to like Book of Boba Fett because it has been controversial. But basically, how these streams are going to go, how these shows are going to go, we're going to get into some topics happening daily in the movie world. We're going to have a main topic, which will typically be the thumbnail and title. And then for the rest of the stream, we just go on for whatever we want, like whatever topics. These shows are going to typically be like about an hour long because I do got to rest my voice, as we are going to be doing these daily from now on. And again, please let me know in the comment section down below. Are you enjoying these kinds of formats, whether you're in the live chat, whether you're watching the replay, whether you're watching the Spotify version, whatever it is. By the way, the Spotify version is in the link description down below. But anyways, let's get on to the first topic. Now, you're probably wondering, what is the first topic? First topic today is I'm going to be reviewing Hulu's brand new original How I Met Your Father. Now, some of you guys are probably not interested, but I'm still going to review it. No spoilers. I've seen all 4 episodes. To give you some, background, I'm a fan of How I Met Your Mother. It's this great show. It's this great American sitcom starring Neil Patrick Harris. You have a lot of great actors in it, but Neil Patrick Harris and Kobe Schmolders are probably the standouts of the show. I love that show. And when I heard there was a spin-off, I was intrigued. I was automatically intrigued. I was wondering, what is this? Is this going to be connected? Is it, what is this really? So I had the pleasure of watching all 4 episodes. Now, are the episodes any good? I'll tell you this right now. They're really good. So the first original How I Met Your Mother is one of my favorite shows of all time. Like, all shows in general, this is including The Office, Friends, Peacemaker. There's a lot of great shows out there, but How I Met Your Mother is one of them. And I gotta say, How I Met Your Father, while it's not as good, I gotta admit, it's on track. It's been doing good. I think these 4 episodes have been great. I think they've been doing pretty well. And I'm excited for episode 5, which they will be dropping every Tuesday from now on, which I didn't know until just yesterday. Like, yesterday I didn't know until, I think I saw it on Twitter. That it said that new episode every Tuesday, and I was excited. And, the show's been pretty good. It's similar to the plot. There are some flaws I have. Like, one of the flaws is that the friends weren't actually friends at the beginning, while in How I Met Your Mother they were already established to be friends, except for Robin. But I am quite liking How I Met Your Father, which I'm still getting used to the title, because to me, I'm not used to hearing that title. Apparently the audio might be a little too loud. Let me check that real quick. All right. It's telling me that the audio is probably too loud. I don't know. It seems pretty good, but oh my god, I accidentally cancel. Okay, sorry guys. I was just, apparently it's telling me the audio was a little too loud, but we should be good now. Yeah, How I Met Your Father, I think it's a good show. I recommend it. It's on Hulu. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think it's one of the best sitcoms I've seen in the last couple of years. To be fair, I have not seen any sitcoms recently, so it's not really like I have a high bar for it. But I forgot to say this. Tomorrow morning is game day. Yes, you heard me right. It is game day, because Peacemaker episode 6 will be dropping. I'm excited. Peacemaker has been great. I actually gotta show you guys something real quick. It's on my Twitter. Let's go into the Twitter. So that's my Twitter. Go follow me. Oh my god, I just reached 100 followers. But this is my car sticker. That's the car stickers I have. It's the SpongeBob cockroach, Dwight Schrute, but look at Peacemaker right there. I got Peacemaker right there. I believe I had, oh no, I didn't have it, but I had this sticker, Peacemaker, because, Peacemaker's so great. Oh wait, it's on tweets and replies. And also, I'm going to show you guys this meme. I keep posting this every Wednesday, me at 2 a.m., because Peacemaker comes out at 2 a.m. where I live. Peacemaker's back, baby, from Vigilante. Oh my god. I'm loving that. I'm loving Peacemaker, man. I cannot wait for I cannot wait for today's episode. I really honestly, it's Peacemaker has been so good. But tomorrow we are going to be doing a spoiler discussion on Peacemaker. You know, it's only on HBO Max, so you guys can go check it out whenever you want to. But Peacemaker so far has been a really, really good show. I've been loving it. So to see all the hype, all the excitement for tomorrow's episode has been very exciting. But anyways, let's get on to the second topic. And it's going to be the last one before we get into the main topic. Now, this topic I might clip it into its own video, but our second topic for today, I'm going to be reviewing Euphoria. Yeah, some of you guys may not know Euphoria is a show that is also on HBO Max. And look, I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown. I reviewed Euphoria a couple of last year. What was I about to say? I think I was about to say a couple months ago. It feels like a couple months, but it was around when I first began. I reviewed the first season, and I thought the first season was a fantastic season. I thought it was decent. I didn't think it was Emmy level nominated, but I thought the stories were interesting. I thought it was an interesting series. The visuals and the cinematography were stunning at best. And season 2 just recently began. Now, as much as I praise season 1, I'm going to go all out on criticism for season 2. Season 2 has not been very impressive so far of Euphoria. I'll tell you that right now. Euphoria has not been impressive. And, well, the first episode was decent. But, yeah, when did it, I think it came out Sunday, but I watched it it was on Monday night. By the way, what's up, MSK? Welcome to the chat. And also he votes that he's enjoying Book of Boba Fett. So what's up, MSK? Euphoria Season 2, I've decided to give up on the show. And I rarely give up on a show halfway into it. This last episode, I don't want to get into spoilers, but Euphoria has gotten so far down a rabbit hole that I'm not enjoying. I thought Season 1 was pushing it. And one of my problems with Euphoria was they always go for style over substance. Where it's like they care so much about the cinematography, they care about the coloring, they care about that. But they don't actually care about the story itself. When I watched the first episode, and I enjoyed the first episode, my first thought was there are too many scenes where they're lingering on too much in a certain shot. Like, any good director would move away from that shot. They would move away from that and keep on going and keep on telling the story that they're supposed to tell. But in the first episode, what I started noticing is they kept panning up the camera a lot. They kept panning the camera on specific things and slowly doing slow-mo, doing all this. And that was a problem I had with season 1. And in season 2, it seems like they're just really, really trying to do that. But another thing is, I felt like Euphoria would always try to be edgy to a point of they're doing this because they know young teenagers around the age of 16 to 20, they like this, a dark high school story. Teenagers love it. I mean, even 10 years ago, you saw girls fangirling over Twilight. It's not like it's something different. But I watched yesterday's episode, and a lot of the plots are going all weird, out of nowhere. It's crazy. It seems like they don't have a certain story to tell. It's kind of like they're just doing multiple things, and that's one of my criticisms of Euphoria. But they are pushing it. The show is very graphic, but I feel like in this season specifically, the first season did this too, but in this season specifically, it feels like they're really, really, really trying to emphasize how graphic they are, how much nudity there is. It's like they're going way overboard on it to a point where I'm just not invested anymore. There's I don't want to spoil it, but there's a lot of plot lines that just go way in deep into trying to be edgy just for the sake of being edgy. And I've made the decision not to continue. I've made the decision not to continue with the show. So next week, don't expect me to review episode 5 episode 5, because episode 4 was definitely the worst one. A lot of the characters are starting to become unlikable. I mean, some of them were already unlikable to begin with, but now they're becoming more and more unlikable throughout the time. to a point where I've just given up. And I know some of you guys are probably going to be like, why are you giving up? You're already this far into it. If a show can't keep me on board, then what's the point anymore? To me, there is no point if the show loses me. That's what I did with My Hero Academia. I'm not a fan of My Hero Academia because the characters were annoying. The story was pretty good. I liked what they were going for, but the characters were very, very frustrating to see. And Euphoria has that similar vibe where the characters are just starting to get annoying. And even the main character, Rue, who's played by Zendaya, who you see on the screen, even her, it's like her character, this isn't a spoiler because it is on the trailers and everything, but her character, in the first season, she's in recovery because she went on an overdose. She recovered, and in season 2, what they've decided to do is take her back to that. And I do like how the show emphasizes on addiction, because addiction is a pretty serious topic in general. But Rue, the problem is they're making Rue so unlikable. They're making her character unlikable. And it's not like I'm a big Zendaya fan to begin with. I think she's a decent actress. I think she's a great actress. But it genuinely feels like the show is... It's kind of like Andy Bernard in season 9 of The Office, where his character just became so unlikable that it was shocking to kind of see that devolution of a character. And I've made the decision yesterday, I'm going to give up on the show, because the show is going way over to the point of edginess, to the point where it feels like they're throwing away the story they have. It feels like they're throwing away the story they have because the director really wants to show you teenagers nude, which is something I didn't like in the first. I mean, I know these actors are adults. I know they're grown adults. They're older than me, actually, 25, 26, somewhere around that age. But it seems like this show has a big addiction to showing high schoolers do edgy things. There's a lot of kissing. There's a lot of, nudity. There's a lot of drinking. And it gets to a point of a bit of annoyance. Where it's like they're doing it so much to the point where it's like the director wants you to believe that this is all that teenagers do. And the characters are just unlikable. And I've decided to give up on the show. And MSK asked me here, when I watch Euphoria Season 1, want to review it together? Hey man, I'm fine with that. I'm fine reviewing Season 1. But I'll admit this right now, I am just not liking the show in general, and I'm just going to move on from that. But anyways, the next topic is, of course, the main one we have on screen right now, Book of Boba Fett. Book of Boba Fett dropped their newest episode today. And, I'm even wearing the Book Boba Fett shirt. Let me get the phone out the way. I'm wearing my Boba Fett shirt. I even got my Funko Pop there. I even have a Star Wars poster, right up there. The prequels and the original trilogy. I love the character of Boba Fett in the original trilogy. And I was excited for Book of Boba Fett because they were teasing this kind of Godfather-esque story. And look, the Godfather, the first 2 Godfather movies, Part 1 and Part 2, are some of my favorite movies of all time. They really are some of my favorite movies of all time. With that being said, Book of Boba Fett has not impressed me all that much. I think it's been a pretty good show. I've already reviewed it. I think Book of Boba Fett has established itself as a pretty decent show. But for a show titled Book of Boba Fett, it's not been very exciting. A show named Book of Boba Fett, and I even love the actor for Boba Fett, whose name I cannot remember. For some reason, I'm trying to remember it in the top of my head, but I cannot remember it. But this episode was actually really good. Now, first, I'm not going to spoil it, then I will spoil it. But to not give you spoilers for this new episode. Well, this is a spoiler, but it's something you should have... The episode is entirely Luke Skywalker teaching Grogu to be a Jedi. It's him teaching Grogu to be a Jedi, Baby Yoda. Even have Baby Yoda right there. But he is teaching Baby Yoda, the ways of the Jedi. And at the same time, you see Mando trying to see Grogu, but now Grogu is now with Luke Skywalker. Um, and it's in the thumbnail. I might as well just say Ahsoka Tano is in the episode. Which, let me say this: Ahsoka Tano, I like the character. I like the character. I like that they brought her back. But in this episode, it felt like they just put her there because, oh my god, cameo. And that's something that's worrying me about Mandalorian season 2 and Book of Boba Fett, where it feels like they're just bringing these characters like R2D2, Cad Bane, Luke Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, and maybe the rumor of Han Solo coming back. Who Han Solo, by the way, is my favorite Star Wars character in general. It feels like they're just bringing them back because cameo this, cameo that, and it's getting to a point where it just feels like the entire show is just relying on you to want to see these cameos. That's what it feels like. It's relying on to, it relies on that too heavily. And Book of Boba Fett has done that. But one thing I'm not liking about Book of Boba Fett so far is that the show itself has made Boba Fett kind of a much stupid. It's a lot, very stupid. One thing I love about Boba Fett in the original trilogy was he was mysterious. You didn't know what his character was. He was dangerous. He was the galaxy's, the galaxy's fiercest bounty hunter. You had all that story with him. And, we didn't know much about him. We didn't even know what he looked like. And in the show, I was fine that they showed what he looked like. I'm fine that they show, especially when you saw him in Mandalorian. But this show has severely made Boba Fett kind of into an idiot. And, if you had told me 2 years ago that a Mandalorian show would be more impressive than a Boba Fett show, I would have called you stupid. But looking back at it now, Boba Fett so far has been the lesser of the two shows, and I've liked it. I've liked Book of Boba Fett. I think it's a good show, but they have made Boba Fett kind of into an idiot, especially I think it was 2 episodes ago. He tries to go into the Starlight pit to get his suit back, knowing very well he walked out with his suit, and he knows very well that the Starlight pit has tentacles that will grab him and try to eat him. But yet he decides, I'm going to put the ship in there. He also hires people to work for him that he doesn't know. The Vespa gang. He just hires them because they stole water. And there's a lot of things Boba Fett does in this series that kind of annoys me. Even in the episode 4, he chases down this little creature. And it's kind of like a Tom and Jerry cartoon where he's just cat and mouse, he's chasing it. Then he grabs it and says, I am Boba Fett. And look, I love it when he says, I am Boba Fett. But when he did that, it felt so silly and so weird to the character. And it was just hilarious to see. And Book of Boba Fett, while I've enjoyed the show, I'm about to get into the positives, but while I like the show so far, to me, it's not reached the levels of what a Boba Fett show should be. The fact that the last 2 episodes have been the best episodes, even though Boba Fett shows up for 5 seconds, is worrying in it of itself. A show called Book of Boba Fett should show the character of Boba Fett the most. The character of Boba Fett should be front, face, and center. And so far, this show, what it's done is showed you Boba Fett, show you flashbacks, show you this, show you that, show you Boba Fett being an idiot. And then now let's get into Mandalorian. I don't know how the heck they managed to make Mando much cooler than Boba Fett. Because even in the episode that Boba shows up in Mandalorian Season 2, even in that episode, Boba Fett was much cooler than Mando. But so far in the show, I've not seen that. I've not seen Boba Fett being the cool bounty hunter that he's always been. And that is my criticism. Now, this episode specifically, I've enjoyed it. I like seeing Grogu, understand. But another criticism I have is we're 6 episodes into it, and it's about to end. I think next week is the final episode of Season 1. And look, I'm expecting a Season 2. Season 2 is undoubtedly probably going to happen. But it feels like we just got started. It doesn't feel like, oh, it was so good, I wish we could go back in time and remember the good old episodes. It's not like that. Like, it's not like Peacemaker right now where it's like Peacemaker, you're just waiting for the next episode. Book of Boba Fett feels kind of like a chore, and that's the frustrating thing right now with Book of Boba Fett. Book of Boba Fett is trying. It's like it had this premise of a Godfather esque kind of story, but instead it shows you this kind of silly, weird, funny looking Boba Fett who constantly just does idiotic decisions and is being overshadowed. He's being shadowed by Mandalorian. And the joke, a lot of people have been joking about how this is practically Mandalorian season 2.5. That's because the two best episodes of Book of Boba Fett have shown Boba Fett for literally only 5 seconds. How can you go 2 episodes in a row of a show called Book of Boba Fett and only show him for 5 seconds? Like, at least the bare minimum they could have done is at the beginning of at the beginning of the last, not the beginning, the end of the last episode, they show Boba Fett kind of recruiting a Mando. That would have been nice. They didn't even interact. They just had a quick scene where Mando said, "I know this," or "I know that," or something like that. And while I've enjoyed that Boba Fett is because one thing a lot of people criticize is that Boba doesn't want to be a bounty hunter. I actually love that Boba doesn't want to be a bounty hunter anymore. I love that Boba Fett wants to move on from that life, because that makes sense. He literally almost died. And I love the story with the Tusken Raiders. I love those flashbacks. I love the story of him trying to come back and trying to take Jabba's place. But it feels like the show shows you very, very little of that. And right now it wants to focus on Mando. I get you want to show Mando. I get you want to show why he's even going to team up with Boba. But come on, give me more Boba. Give me more of what I came to see. Oh my God, there's like a mosquito. There's like a little bug over, like right there, like behind the computer, like near the curtains. I don't know how that thing got there, but I'm now going to be distracted. To the people listening on Spotify, they're probably wondering, what the heck is this guy talking about? And again, to the people who are just joining us, I see the elite. He says this is a show that's very much like Logan. Oh crap! Wait, hold up! I found it. It's right there. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh man, it's in the chart. I don't want to touch it with my hands. Oh. I tried to. By the way, to the people who are just joining us, we do have a Spotify version of the episode. It's the Multiverse Movies Podcast. You can find this on Spotify. Link in the description down below. Forgot to say that, but let's go back to where we were. By the way, we got 8 votes. 88% of you guys say yes, you like Book of Boba Fett so far, and 12% of you guys say you aren't liking Book of Boba Fett so far. But yeah, he says the elite says, gone are the days of him being the bounty hunter, and that is true. And I'm fine with that. I actually, when I heard the Book of Boba Fett show was happening, I like this premise of him wanting to move on from the bounty hunter life. He no longer wants to be a part of that, and now wants to take the throne of Jabba. And there's even a scene in episode 4 where he says, us bounty hunters, we're being oppressed, we have these idiotic tyrants, mistreating us. And I love how in that episode when he says that, he's like, now it's our turn. Why don't we take control? And I think that makes sense. But the show constantly makes Boba Fett into a moron. And now these last 2 episodes have kind of highlighted Mando in a Boba Fett show. Like, how do you do that? That's frustrating to me. To me, a show called Book of Boba Fett should mainly feature Boba Fett. Like, I don't know why that's such a hard premise to believe. Like, I don't know how that's, like, come on. Look how cool that is. Even the suit looks cool. Look at you can see it on screen right now. The suit looks cool. But why? It's Boba Fett. Even on the Funko Pop, you see, and I think it looks just as cool as the white and green one he had. This black one he has, which you can see right here. Come on. It's Boba Fett. It's a cool suit. And again, I've liked the show. Actually, you know what? Let me tell you what I liked about the show. What I like is the Godfather-esque feel to it. I like the story about Boba trying to move on from the bounty hunter life. I love how he's trying to gain the loyalty of others. You see him growing his empire. Um, the action has not been impressive, by the way. I was about to say good action, but the action has not been really anything too impressive, to be honest. But that, I love the last two episodes. I think have been the best ones so far. Seeing man. Oh crap! The bug is. Oh my god. Yeah, there's like a bug. I don't know if you guys saw it on camera. I wish I could get the replay, but I'll probably get it later. But there was like a bug that like flew right here. Um, it's just flying around. It's just flying around. But again, the suit looks so cool. How do you, like? Come on, man. Like, I love this. I love this show. I mean, I'm not love the show, but I've enjoyed the show, and I've had so much anticipation. But there are just moments in this show that are leaving me kind of, what the heck? Like, there's just some scenes where it just doesn't feel Boba like. There's this when he's like a bantha, and then he like starts messing with the motorcycle. I actually like that. I thought it was pretty funny, but I'll admit that doesn't feel very Boba Fett like. And even the actor, what's the actor's name? I actually gotta search it up. What is the actor's name? Wait, hold on. Boba Fett actor. I just scratched my eyes because hair fell into it. Tamora Morrison. I don't even know why it took me so long, but yeah, Tamora Morrison. And these were the other actors. Oh wait, no. These were the actors who had played Boba Fett. But yeah, Tamora Morrison. Also, Cad Bane. Cad Bane. Now, I'm not familiar with the animated Star Wars stuff, but I know a lot of people were excited to see him. I think this looks cool. In fact, let me actually show you. Some of you might not know what he looks like in the animated series. No, not news. Wait, why is it not letting? Okay, there we go. This is kind of what he looks like in the animated series, and then this is what he looks like now. I think that I actually will say this: the live action version looks so much better. Who would have thought this blue, red-eyed looking thing would translate well into live action? And then the Western feel. It literally felt like a Clint Eastwood film. It felt like a Clint Eastwood film. And I'm all in for it. I liked the design. It looks cool. The blue. It just looks so good. And also the Luke Skywalker. Hold up. Let me search it. Luke Skywalker. Book of Boba Fett. Did he even search up? Let's see. Images. I had an image. Oh, there we go. I gotta admit, that CGI looks really good. The CGI looks good. Like, nobody can deny that. Like, this was this. You see, guys, right here in the bottom? That was the CGI prior. The de-aging. Not the de-aging. The trying to get a young Luke Skywalker. It's improved. It's improved. Because last time it was not this good. Because this one you could tell whoever was in place, whoever was in the placement of him, the face looked so... It looked like he was trying to stay as still as possible. But this time... Alright, let me get a bigger image. This time, Luke's face, you saw it moving. It felt like they actually had a real actor come in place to play Luke's... It felt like they really, really did bring in young Luke's... a younger Mark Hamill. And then this image right here of Book of Boba, it was literally the only shot we saw of Boba Fett in a Book of Boba Fett episode for the last two episodes. I don't know how the heck they do that. Why? Like, seriously, why? By the way, if you're listening on Spotify, let me know. Spotify's a bit weird. They don't have comment sections. They don't have like buttons. They don't have any of that. But oh, I didn't see that. It says comicbook.com says, has the Book of Boba Fett taken too many cameo detours? Let me drink some water. Actually, has it taken too many? I don't think it has. I think a lot of them are in service to the story. But I'll admit, something that's worrying me about Star Wars, Mandalorian season 2 and Book of Boba Fett, it feels like they're really, really, really trying to have as many cameos. You had R2-D2, you had Ahsoka Tano, you had Cad Bane, you had Luke Skywalker, and then you can include Mandalorian. Although Mando was not a cameo, that was a full-on fledged, side character. He had 2 of his own episodes. Then Grogu, you had all that. But yeah, where was the image? This was the image. This was literally the only shot in the entire last 2 episodes of Boba Fett. I don't know how they do that. I don't know how they managed to do that. But the question we do have to ask ourselves is, has Boba Fett been a disappointment? I'll tell you right now, I don't think it has. I don't think Boba Fett has been a disappointment, but it's not lived up to my expectations. Is it a disappointment? No, but it's not lived up to the high expectations, because I did believe Book of Boba Fett was going to become my favorite Star Wars series, because it is a story of Boba Fett, and this Godfather story was something I was looking forward to. And 8 of you, we have 8 votes, 88% of you guys have enjoyed the series so far. And by the way, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it. Did you not? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Whatever it is, please let me know in the comments. And the Elite brings up a good point. He does say, gone are the days of him being a bounty hunter, which is what I wanted. But you can't have this bounty hunter, because we know he is one of the fiercest bounty hunters in the galaxy, and have him act like a complete moron, because that's frustrating in of itself. And the fact that next week is the final episode is shocking in and of itself. I still can't believe next week is the final episode, and it feels like we barely even got into anything. It genuinely still feels like we still need 5 more episodes, 6 more episodes. I know they're trying to set up this grand final battle, but I really hope they stick the landing. To me, Mandalorian season 2 stuck the landing, so I'm hoping Book of Boba Fett isn't too different, but we're just gonna have to hope. But a lot of pressure. There is a lot of pressure, because this show has not excited that many people. I personally liked it. Is it a show I'm gonna rewatch though? I'll tell you this right now, probably not. I'm probably never gonna rewatch Book of Boba Fett, because literally before Book of Boba Fett began airing, I decided to rewatch Mando episodes. When Mandalorian season 3 begins, I'm not going to be rewatching Boba Fett episodes, because Boba Fett episodes have not been all that impressive. I think they've been good, but the fact that he's being overshadowed by Mando is worrying, and the fact that even the other episodes were not all that impressive, and it made Boba Fett into an idiot. That's something that I do not like. I do not like that. But hey, something we do gotta admit though is Luke Skywalker. Like, I don't know what the technology is. Like, what is the technology they're using on him? But I think it's looked good. You had adorable Baby Yoda there again. We saw Grogu return. That was adorable to see Grogu come back. I even like this image right here. I've liked it. But again, Book of Boba Fett has not been the most impressive show so far. Also, I did like this one scene where Cad Bane is trying to tell them, don't team up with Boba, because Boba was working with the Empire. He was working with the Empire. He was working with Darth Vader, which of course we all know that. But I did like how that scene emphasized that not long ago Boba Fett was working for the bad people. It wasn't that long ago. And I like to show, make sure to highlight that. But yeah, that's my review for Book of Boba Fett so far. I'm hoping that next Wednesday, I'll come in and I tell you guys how much I enjoyed how much I enjoyed the finale. But I don't really believe I'm gonna think that. I don't believe this show has lived up to my expectations. It's not lived up to the standard I'd put it. Put it on a pedestal. The action's not been that great. Boba has been seen as an idiot. The two best episodes are Mandalorian episodes. It's not very impressive. But anyways, I'm gonna end off the stream. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being a part of this, and